Okay, so now I want to talk a little bit about support and where we can go to find support. I think the first place to call out is going online. So open up a browser on your iPad, your phone, or your laptop and click on ClimatefieldView.ca. So once we go to ClimatefieldView.ca and you take a look at the top tab, right beside Climate Field View, there's a tab called Features. If you click on that, that gives you our 3 pillars. And our 3 pillars are:
get all of your data in one place, use that data to help make some operating decisions, and then let's optimize our inputs.
Perfect. Next thing we have is partners. The thing I like about the partners tab is it shows on other places that we may have our data. So if you have data in your John Deere Operations Center, Agrian, if it's in AIS, Echelon, Field Analytics, the list goes on and on. It'll tell you not only how to get data in, but it'll tell you what data can transfer back and forth.
Awesome. So some of them seem to have integration guides and some don't. Do we know why isn't there an integration guide for A&L Labs?
So some of the integration guides are still getting built. Some of the data we don't have a really clean way to get that information over, like an API. All the other ones that we have the integration guides, it'll show you step by step on how to get that information over into your FieldView account. And you know what? If you're having trouble with it, if you're hitting a roadblock, you can always call our support line and they'll help you out with it. This is something that I would recommend doing in the off season. Mm-hmm. So maybe in November to April, but once we get into the season, then our support lines will be, helping people getting drives connected and any other hiccups that they maybe have. The next tab that I want to go over is pricing.
Okay.
A lot of people talk about the try it before you buy it. It's the 1-year free subscription for FieldView where we give you some hardware, get you going, and then they ask, what is it going to cost on year 2? So if you scroll down on that pricing, you can put in your number of acres and it'll tell you exactly how much it'll cost you. So it's a $1 per acre fee up to 1,000 acres, and then it's a sliding scale. And the scale maxes out at 10,000 acres. So if you're over 10,000 acres, let's say 20, 30, 40,000 acres, it's still only going to cost you $3,000.
Great.
Next thing let's talk about is our support tab. Now this takes us to an entirely different page. This takes us to our knowledge center. So any information that you're looking for, anytime you're having trouble, anything that maybe you've heard of, how FieldView does, how it does it, or how to get information in, this is where you would look. You could type it in the search bar. A question that I often get is, what iPad do I need? I'm excited to use FieldView, and what iPad should I be using? You can just type in iPad in the search bar, and then it'll tell you the first recommended article is FieldView iPad device recommendations and finding your iPad device model. Once we click on more information, you can scroll down and it'll show you where you find your model number, and that's a 5-digit code, and it'll help you figure out if you do have an iPad at home that is compatible, that will work with your current FieldView operation. There are a lot of iPads out there.
Yeah, and the nice thing, it gives you a warning if your iPad is soon to not be compatible as well. So you can always double check that and make sure you have an iPad that's going to work for you this spring.
The next thing, I'm going to just back out of there and come to that Knowledge Center topics. So this is areas where if I just got my FieldView subscription and I wanted to know how to get started, I would click on that Get Started tab. If I wanted to find out if my equipment was compatible, I would go to the Compatibility icon and so on and so forth. So I recommend you looking into it. You want to dive into compatibility?
Sure. So if we tap on that compatibility icon, we get a number of different articles. I would go into Climate FieldView Drive Machine Compatibility Guide, the second one there. And here you can see we have the compatibility guides, but what we would recommend is that compatibility checker. This is a great way to identify if your equipment is compatible or not, if you can use the drive in your equipment. And it also keeps track of the equipment that you do have if it isn't compatible, and gives us a database of what we should work on next, put resources towards making compatible. A great way for you to understand your compatibility, as well as for us to understand what we need to work on to become compatible.
The next thing that I want to call out is sometimes we need those harnesses. We need those harnesses to connect the GPS to the rate controller inside of our sprayers, inside of our combines, inside of our sprayers, inside of our seeders. Once we find out what harness we need, we're going to have to order those up from a separate entity called Ag Express. Now, Ag Express is an American-based company. They supply them, they make them for us, and then we warehouse them in Eastern Canada, and then they'll be shipped out from there. So if you do need a harness, I say sooner than later. I would definitely get it, so then you know you have it and you're ready for spring. But it shouldn't take that long to get out there. We do have quite a stockpile right now.
Yeah, and if you are not sure where to start with compatibility, you can always give our support line a call. They can help you identify compatibility. And actually, we have some activation specialists that can come out to your farm and help you with that compatibility and hooking up that equipment. So we can back out of there, go back to our Knowledge Center homepage. And there's another great option right from there. We have the live chat. So if we click on that live chat, gives us option to enter in our name, our email address, what trouble we're having, and within a couple minutes, we'll be able to instant message someone from our support team.
This is a place where I like to go when I have a question that's it's really simple. It's kind of a one word answer sort of thing that I'm looking back, or can you help me out with this? Anybody that's a dealer that's maybe using FieldView, if you have a customer sitting in front of you and you don't want to call up support line, call this up. A lot of times when I've been to our support, when I've been working with them in St. Louis, you'll actually go there and they'll have 3 chats going on at the same time, plus talking to somebody. So this is probably a way to get that quick question in there. And if it gets too in-depth, they'll probably end up giving you a call. One call out that I will make is our support channel is in St. Louis. You know, we've got a great group out there. We've got to call out that. They work extended hours in the busy seasons. They have agriculture backgrounds. They have tech backgrounds. These people are great. They love what they do. They love supporting farmers and helping them out. So call them every year. We get comments from the field, from our customers, from our own teammates on how well they're working with them. These people have all of the monitors that you could imagine globally, where they would be able to walk over to this wall. They've got all of the monitors that you would have in your operation, being able to help you navigate your way through there so you can get your information off or on from your accounts.
Awesome. Yeah, really lucky to have that team supporting us. So besides the web, is there anywhere else we can find some helpful information?
I like YouTube. Anytime I'm looking to try to do anything new, or if I heard it somewhere and I'm like, I hope there's a video on it, we have a great YouTube channel. I would hit subscribe, so then anytime something new comes in for a video, you can go and look at the archived videos. You have the most up-to-date videos. Another reason that I would use the YouTube channel is that they're nice, they're quick, and they're concise. So you've got a video that's going to be anywhere from a minute long to maybe 3 or 4 minutes and be able to help you out and navigate through that issue or that situation that you're in.
Awesome. What about our apps?
We definitely have support on our app. So if we click on the CAB app, we can go to in the very middle on the bottom, there's something that looks like a buoy or a flotation device. That's our help. And at the very top is our 1-888-924-7475 number. So this is a number that we would call and get somebody on the other line, a real life human, and they would be able to help us out through any of the issues that we have. You can also enter a ticket in here. So if you've got something that's glitching or something that's buggy with your account, you could put in your contact number. You could put in your product, so something that's happening, if it's your FieldView drive that you're having an issue with, and then you can describe the problem, submit the ticket.
Awesome. And then it looks like those field files would also be attached if it's a certain field that we're having trouble with. Underneath the contact support is help articles. This is the same as our Knowledge Center. So if you're in the app and you want to get to that Knowledge Center, we can also do that through the app and then access the live chat right in our CAB app for a quick and easy option. And what about the Black app? Do we have any support in there?
Absolutely. So once we go into the full app, also known as the Black app, once we're on the landing page, at any time we can see all of the different tabs on the bottom. So we've got overview, fields, prescriptions, settings, and then right beside that is help. So if we click on help, we'll have our support at support.climatefieldview.ca, where you'll be able to just put an email in, or 188-924-7475. You can call them up.